What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new Kaiju Universe video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the best tips and tricks to help you prepare for the brand new Kaiju coming to the game, EVA-01. Quick note, I have recorded this video while I was kind of sick, so if my voice is weird, sorry about that. In case you didn't know, EVA-01 is from the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion, or just Evangelion. I personally haven't seen the anime yet, but I heard it's pretty good, so, I'm gonna have to watch it. But enough on the background. Let's get into the best methods to prepare for EVA-01. So just to keep track of what you have to do, I made a chart consisting of all the things that you're gonna have to unlock to eventually lead up to EVA. It follows 3 paths. So we're starting off with line 1. Starting off line 1, we have Gojira. Gojira is a starter, so he's free. Gojira has 2 strategies to grind with: building grinding and occasionally fighting, as Gojira at low levels can be pretty weak, or beaming every single kaiju you can see and getting them to team on you. Once you get it to level 50, you're ready to move on to the next kaiju. Moving on to the next step, we have Millennium Gojira. Millennium Gojira costs around 30,000 G cells. Millennium Gojira is probably the easiest to grind, as he is much better for close combat and requires a lower level. Millennium Gojira has really good melee knockback, and if you use that correctly, you can take on larger kaiju. Plus, with the rework, you can use your V move and heal, and you can also hold down your attacks. Also, fun fact, Millennium Gojira's beam is the second strongest beam when held down and maxed. Get him to level 30 and you'll almost be done with this line. Now that you've done all that, don't continue this line just yet. Kiryu kills can take a while, so depending on your level, save that for last. Now that we're temporarily done with line 1, we're going to move on to line 2. So starting off line 2, we have Kamata-kun, aka Shin 2. He is a starter, so that means he's free, like Gojira. You only have to get him to level 30, so it's a lot easier than Gojira. All starters basically have the same strat. Just easily building grinding, or die every 3 seconds by getting killed by Godzilla 2021s. This might just be the strat for basically every low-level kaiju, to be honest. So yeah, you're gonna have to do that at the beginning. Do a bit of building grinding and probably get teamed on. Once you get Kamata-kun to level 30, you can move on to Shinagawa-kun. Shinagawa-kun, aka Shin 3, is the next evolution of Kamata-kun. Shinagawa-kun costs 800 G cells. It has basically the same strat as the other starters, because it technically does count as a starter even though you have to buy it. You just build and grind, or get mass teamed on. Get him to level 30 and then we can move on. Once you finish Shinagawa-kun, don't continue this line unless you want to spend a couple days on this. Maxing Kamakura-san and getting him to level 100 takes a long time depending on how much you play. I'll be going over that after the 3rd line and before Kiryu. Now we're moving on to the 3rd and final line. Starting this line, we have Godzilla 2019. Godzilla 2019 is where it gets a bit more difficult. This line's completion speed depends on how often you play. Godzilla 2019 costs 35,000 G cells. For the first, I'd say like 20 levels you can build and grind, but it isn't really recommended. So yeah, you should probably fight, because no matter how many times you die, fighting is always your best option. You get more XP for that. The worst parts of grinding Godzilla 2019, honestly, are between level 80 to 100. Trust me, I maxed it. Once you get him to level 100, oh my god. I just remember how bad it was getting him to level 100. Everyone hates him. You can move on to the final part of this line. Once you've gone through hell and back trying to max Godzilla 2019, you get more work. Yay! Monster Zero costs a whopping 500,000 G cells. He's probably the most expensive kaiju you will buy on this chart. I hope. Getting Monster Zero to level 15 isn't easy, but it's much easier than Now, we get to move on to Kamakura-san, aka Shin 4.
Oh boy.
This is purely a fighting kaiju. Building grinding is not recommended past, I'd say, level 10.
It does not work. It does not work.
It's gonna take you multiple days. And I mean that, honestly. Kamakura-san took my motivation away, so I'm wondering how I was able to grind Kiryu without going insane. Finally! The last one. Kiryu Type 2 is probably the most annoying one to grind if you start for low level. Which,
I did.
it was a nightmare trying to level Kiryu, especially since it was during the big wave of Shin 4s and Kiryus, and everyone was killing them like crazy. The Shins and Kiryus were even killing each other. I couldn't grind in peace. Well, I couldn't grind in peace anyway, because I had to kill for XP. Anyway, you can build and grind a little bit at the beginning, but don't continue past like level 10, because you don't get much XP from it. The best way to kill things is range attacking them, because Kiryu is basically a
God.
at high levels, of course. That's the bad part. You're gonna have to wait a bit before you can become a ranged god. And that's pretty much it for this tips and tricks video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like and subscribe.
This video took me a week to fully make because I was busy in real life and stuff, so that would be greatly appreciated.
Make sure to hit the bell for notifications on new videos so you never miss one. Tell me how close you are to unlocking EVA-01 and any theories to how it would work in the comments. And make sure to share this video if you think others will find it helpful. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.